All right, we are live. I'm gonna go ahead and double check to make sure LinkedIn didn't break because it's happened before. It's usually about a 10-second delay, and we'll see how this progresses here. All right, we are live. I'll go ahead and turn that off for bandwidth purposes. And Ed, thank you so much for co-hosting this. I do appreciate it. Today, we're talking about candid video, how to use video with LinkedIn in general. And we actually have a product. It's called Scoop. And we want to go through a couple of use cases with that. And you can definitely use anything you want. But we want to kind of concentrate on the best usage and ability to convert. So we found on our test we convert 2 to 10 times as much through using video. And so I want to get I need to get the chat up here.
Hey, we have people.
Oh, right.
Welcome.
Okay. Oh, Robert. Yeah, I got a meeting with you after this. That's the guy I have a meeting with. Hey, Robert. How's Atlanta going? Lisa. So I want to ask, Josh is on there. So I'd like everyone to just let me know where they're from. I moved several months ago to Las Vegas. It's nice. It's very dry. So I've been taking showers and drying my skin out, getting allergies and stuff.
Take your water bottle with you everywhere you go.
I got a water bottle right here, buddy. I do. And I think I drink a lot of water, but I don't think I drink a lot, enough. I also want to thank our sponsors. Ed is definitely a sponsor. He added his social channels. We have a Dr. Bill Williams, which added his channel, and then he's a friend of Mohammed Sadiq, and he is one of our distributors. So I want to say thank you for for sponsoring this event here. And so, where is everyone from? Hi, from there's an icon there. I don't know where he's from. He's from another country. Virginia. Where is this paired guy from? He's on Facebook. All right. Call me Butch, please. I will. I'll call you Butch. He does not prefer Rob or Robert. All right. So, and Ed, tell us about where you're from.
In Kalamazoo, Michigan.
All right. Is it cold, warm? What's the weather over there?
It's actually, I think, in the 60s today.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Good weather.
Well, I'll go ahead and preference everything. There's a couple of door prizes, and I'll just remind you right now. We are offering the Scoop application at a discount. There's going to be a code that's only going to be working, I think, for the next 48 hours. Lisa, if you can go ahead and put that code in there. But if you want the Scoop application, and I'll remind you again, feel free to go ahead and type in Scoop, SKOOP. We also have a daily guide. So the daily process guide we gave away last time, and it was pretty popular. And if you're interested in that, type in guide, GUIDE. If you need a consulting with me, just say meet with Troy. And if you want to talk to Ed, Ed is a email expert, and he'll talk a little bit about what he's doing. Just type in meet with Ed. And we have a presentation. If you want a copy of that presentation, just go ahead and hit presentation. And so, Lisa, when you get a chance, go ahead and add that code in there and the link to where they can get it. We can go through that a little bit later. And so, what I'm going to do right now is, Ed, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that we're friends. I know that you're an email guy. I know you help sponsor these things. I know you're a user of video for LinkedIn. So, give us
all of those things. I'm all those things. I am a database equity alchemist, or actually database alchemy architect. So what I help people do is maximize the value of their database. And that's primarily through email. And one of the reason why Troy and I have worked together in the past is because I combine LinkedIn and email together. I think the two are perfect for one another for growing your database and then getting business from LinkedIn.
Awesome. Yeah, I know Ed for a number of years. and he's provided some insight on some of my email issues, and allowed me to like get through to the inbox. I think that's the main thing, because a lot of times it doesn't make the inbox; it goes straight to spam, and it's a big issue. And if you have a presentation or a proposal and they don't get it, it's your fault
It
because they didn't
is.
get it.
In fact, that's in my post that I'm writing for tomorrow. It is your fault. And I'll say this: the new sender requirements that Google and Yahoo have been implementing since February are now going to be fully implemented by June. And we are seeing a lot of chatter on Facebook, on the social networking platforms, that a lot of people are running into problems with their emails not getting delivered. If you haven't had that problem yet, you may when the full sender requirements are implemented next week.
Oh my goodness! So they're tightening up the leash on that.
Absolutely, they are.
Yeah, a little bit about me, and I think I have a little video later on that I work with Fortune 500 to startups for development. Did stuff for Coca-Cola, Xbox Mobile, Harry Potter movie releases, and then I got into LinkedIn a number of years ago. I became a better dater in real life, and so I learned how to date with companies in order to get my own clients. It worked so well. We started a company. We have consulting, and we looked at the gaps of LinkedIn and said, you know what? What if there was a tool that just allowed you to communicate better? And about 4 years ago, we came up with the video sending system we had and converted that into Scoop. So we just launched that Scoop application so people can communicate better through video on LinkedIn, on their posts, on their DMs, and on Gmail. We've seen quite a bit of conversion, but the tool is only as good as the user. So if you have a nice vehicle, for example, if you can't drive it, then you may crash it. So you can definitely use the tools for good and evil. So we decided to just fill that gap and kind of help the community and help ourselves too. We saw the market and we kind of started from there. And so the idea of candid video came up. And so there was a lot of controversy with video in general, because people didn't know when they click on it. They didn't understand if it made sense to view it. Did it leave them to go somewhere else out? For example, was it a virus and that sort of thing? So I'll go through all those things here. These are a couple of the interfaces, and it looks a lot like a mobile app, but it's not. It's on top of your desktop, on top of LinkedIn, and these are just some of the screens. The screens that have the image in it are where you take the video, and others the interface. So we'll just kind of go through some of these quite quickly here. And here are I'll get straight to it. We do sell it. The code gives you $20 off. I think it's very limited I think there's only 15 good codes. That code only works for 15 people. And what will happen, it will reduce that price down from $47 to $27. But plus, there's a no risk. There's $10, not $10, 10 days free. So when you log in there, you will not be charged. If you don't like it, you just say, hey, there's a button under the help section that you can go ahead and you can, what do they call it? Discontinue it. So I did a little video, and Ed was telling me, hey, Troy, you need to get to the meat of it first. And so I put this video together, and I was trying to get it down to a minute. There's no way, because I talk while I'm doing it versus just doing it. But just to give you an idea of, and you can use this for many different use cases, but this was a case just to send a thank you note to Ed on LinkedIn. So I'll go ahead and put this video up here. Here's a quick example of how to use Scoop. Once you install it, you have the icon here. You have the ability to format the different size videos. You can do voice memos. You can create predetermined messages to reply quickly. It has ChatGPT built in. You can create your own prompts or use the prompts there. It has unlimited storage. You have your calendar. that you can add to the event, as well as either your calendar or the Scoop's calendar. If you don't have one, it'll tie to your it will tie to your current Google or Microsoft calendar. And you notice that we're on Ed's page here, and we also have Ed's tab, so we have Ed twice there. We have more tabs, you have more people there, so you can definitely select that. So if I wanted to select a message to start for something like a welcome message, if they just connected with me, for example, I may do something like this, and then just say, "Hey Ed, make a minor change. Thanks for supporting me on the event today. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions." And I'll just say enjoy, and I'm referring to the video I'm about to put in there, right? And I'll go ahead and create a video. Hey Ed, I want to say thank you for helping me here on the event today and supporting, being the co-sponsor. And I think your experience with Scoop is better because I'm actually the creator. So I may be a bit biased, even though we have a lot of testing involved. So I really appreciate your efforts. If there's anything that I can do for you, definitely let me know. And I do have a lot of details on my profile. So if you don't see that, give me a call. You have my phone number. All right, thanks again, and I will talk to you soon. And then what you can do, it'll upload the video. You can go ahead and change the title. I'll say, thanks Ed for your help. And a little happy face, hit save, and I'll add it in there. I have Ed already selected. I'll just go ahead and hit send. And what happens is it sends it to their message thing there. And you notice that it has a nice little message. There's a space, it's context, there's a video, and there is a title for the video. Once you click on that, it has a nice little title here that you put in there. It has the booking link that will go directly to calendar link, and it has the video. And that's it. It's super easy to use. They're able to access your booking link, and they give context for that. And it opens another tab, and it's a single click. So that's pretty important. So that's it. So not exactly 1 minute, but I think it gets the point across that people want to talk to real people, and you need a way to implement that in a way that doesn't require too many clicks. So from the user perspective, they have one click to actually get to the video to see it. They have the option to have a calendar in there, and they have the title. But more importantly, well, besides the one click, was very important, within the LinkedIn message, you have context. So people don't like clicking on stuff unless there's context. That's why I always want to put 1 or 2 lines of text first. And tell me about what you think and what you're experiencing as a user. Oh, I think you're on mute.
Sorry about that. I like video. I think you and I talked about video maybe 3 years ago, because you were doing video.
Oh, apologize, my daughter. She just busted in here. So
The boss is at home.
yeah.
So yeah, we talked about video and how well it worked both in direct messages, and I've been using it in email. You've been using it for direct messages as welcome messages, and it just breaks up the what you normally would see. So very few people use a video message either in DMs or on email, and Scoop does both. So whenever I've ever sent a video email, I've always had a good response to it. Right? My open rates are higher, my response rates are higher, and to be able to create a video on the fly that's personalized works even better.
Yeah, definitely. We've done a lot of internal tests. So I did a post, I think yesterday, about this, and one person asked some really tough questions. as well. If it's only been live for 2 weeks, how satisfied are people and what the results are, right? He was kind of sticking it to me, but he didn't know that we developed this concept years ago, and we did internal tests before we went live. So we had a number of people who tested it out before it went live, and the conversion rates ranged between two times to 10 times the conversion of a text alone, because it looks like you're actually putting effort. Oh, Monique is asking some questions here. What does the code do? The code reduces the cost from $47 to $27 a month. So it's $20 off for life. Mrs. We are responding within LinkedIn Messenger, or do they have to click outside to do so? Oh no, you respond within Scoop, and then as soon as you click send, it goes to the LinkedIn Messenger. So it works right on LinkedIn on your desktop. So Scoop prepares it, and when you're ready for it, you just hit send to the right person, and it gets sent to that message box. Also, Ed was saying that it works on LinkedIn direct messages as well as Gmail. There's a third item. It works on comments, and you can create video for actually creating for a post as well. So I've been using it for comments as well. And sometimes a short video speaks 1,000 words, and it gets better engagement also there. Yes, you can use this in Gmail right now. The next version we have in a few weeks will incorporate Microsoft 360. So this is a Chrome extension. So you have to have Chrome and a Chrome browser. So we've had people saying, why doesn't it work on Microsoft browser? Or why does this work on Opera? It does work on Opera. I don't know how, but it works on there. But it's basically a Chrome extension. So if you're using Gmail of course, you're probably using Chrome on Gmail, and it's the most popular browser. And that's how it works. Oh, I froze. Well, there's internet stuff. I can see you, Ed, so that's important.
I didn't freeze.
You didn't freeze? That's good.
No, like Black Panther, I never freeze.
I don't. What's
it's a line from Black Panther.
Oh, is it? I don't even know. All right. Well, we'll move on. So we have some slides here, and anyone feel free to ask any questions that you want, and see if you can trip me up. And if you have questions on Scoop or just video in general, feel free. Now, you don't have to use Scoop. You can use anything you want, but it's just easier. And I always ask one question: how much is the lifetime value of a client worth? So it might be worth actually paying for something that will help you, something that will actually help you convert. So on the slides here, and we can definitely provide that. Here's our 5 different areas that we can use to build better relationships. So we can prepare for the look back. I'll go ahead and cut. Let's see. How do I reduce this down even better? That didn't help much. Well, we'll give it a shot. I call prepare for the look back. That's preparing. It has nothing to do with Scoop, but you want to understand who your ICP is. You want to align your LinkedIn profile. You want to have your initial featured post on there, your website, your other lead magnets. For example, you may have a document for a lead magnet and so forth. So that's usually preparing on LinkedIn. The second thing is to actually, how do I target my ICP? Where do my people go at? Are they on email? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Instagram? I'm more of a LinkedIn person, but it doesn't really matter, because if they have access to email, that's a good rollover. And the other social media platforms as well. And then don't forget about phone calls, and when those things are actually necessary or make sense. Step 3, personalized engagement when practical. People hate automation. They don't like it, especially on LinkedIn. LinkedIn doesn't like it. It goes against the terms of service with LinkedIn, and they can tell. People can tell when you have a message that's just generally for that audience over there. And if it's just the general ICP and you're not really speaking to them, it makes a huge difference in a negative way. So what you want to do is you want to reduce the time to do the most personalization that you can. So we have a day-to-day process guide, and this goes to step number 4. And if you want that, just type in daily process, and then we'll give you a copy of that. But you want to have a small amount of time, whether it's 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half a day, specific to certain steps. That's a repeatable process. And some of that process should really be personalized. And one thing that converts the best that I've seen is personalized videos. And we're talking about candid videos. So we're not talking about production quality. We're talking about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds videos, just to see so they can see your face. You can speak their name, and you're actually looking at their profile at the same time that you're speaking to them. Ed, do you want to interject on any of this?
Oh, well, we know that all of that works. You've done it. I've done it. Really, the timing of it matters. I don't send a video first thing out of the gate. It's a text message. Then I'll follow up with a video. Ideally, we're having a conversation going back and forth, maybe in the comments, maybe it's in DM, but I don't surprise people with a video right away.
Yeah, there's different styles and different scenarios that you have to be aware of. Like, you have to really think that, okay, what is acceptable in this particular scenario? And speaking of scenarios, I have 5 right here, and we talk about 3 in depth, but they're just kind of what I would say use case scenarios. Um, if they connect it with you and it's been 48 hours, is it appropriate to send a welcome message? I think so. You connect it, and you're thanking them for the kind, you're acknowledging them, you're talking about them, and as long as the ask is not any more than the current relationship. Another thing is replying to DMs, emails, or phone text messages. So that's part of your process. But on the email and DM side, I'm talking about LinkedIn direct messages, and the email side, is it appropriate to send a video? Would it enhance the conversation? Would it make them pay more attention to you to include a short video about whatever the subject matter is? The third is sending a thank you. There's all sorts of thank yous: birthdays, anniversaries, new jobs. If you had an event, if once I created a scoop, I got a lot of people saying congratulations. So replying back to thanking people is actually a big deal. We did that, and I filled my calendar up in a week. Especially so your birthdays, your new jobs, and new positions. Those are opportunities for to strike up conversations, build those relationships. So say number 5, an event or new thing. Yeah, so we have an event here. This event is actually going to be on the podcast. So we have a LinkedIn Live. Ed tied his social media items to it. I tied mine to it. We have 2 other people. So this is actually pushing out to, like, I don't know, I want to say like 8 channels at one time live. And after it's going live, it's being sent out as a podcast about a week later. And so you can get a lot of mileage for that. And when people see that and they say, oh, it was a great thing. You know what? I actually received a message about another podcast, because I'm on other people's podcasts. And it was something, I got to remember, something Posse podcast. I don't know. I don't forget the name of it, but it was something I was on a year ago, so I was actually on that podcast a year ago, and they said, yeah, I saw you on this. I want a meeting with you. I'm like, I can't remember a year ago, but going out and creating these channels is very important. And so my reply, I did it in a video, and he loved it. So if you can set up all the little check marks ahead so they feel good, they say, wow, this is someone I really want to meet. You're setting up your meeting for success. Let me see here. Got a couple of things. Thanks, Lisa, for sending out the code. Carolyn, daily process. We will send that to you. Um, Monique's got a lot of questions. I like that. Butch, why aren't you asking any questions?
He's got all the answers.
Yeah, oh, well, ask some questions, guys. I just want to confirm that when you say Gmail, you also mean Google Workspace. Yes, Gmail, G Suite.
I was
I
going to answer that, but I thought you should.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Workspace, yes, it works with that as well. G anything, and we're gonna do Microsoft 360 next. Oh, you're welcome, Jack. I just had a meeting with Jack. Great guy there.
One thing that I was going to say that there's areas that you shouldn't use video for, and this happens all the time when I get a video. With their welcome video, they also send or make a request for a 15-minute meeting. That is not appropriate to the relationship. You don't connect with someone then just assume that they're a prospect just because they connected with you. It should be more developing a relationship so that the ask is appropriate to the relationship. Do they want to meet with you for 15 minutes? Do they understand that a 15-minute meeting with you would be beneficial to them? But they don't understand that right after you connect with them.
Yeah, so what I tend to do is I just thank them. I'm on their actual LinkedIn profile. I scan the profile before I do the message and I talk about them, their name, what they're doing. And I tell them a lot of times, I don't know if I can help you or not, but I mean, I do have a great network. And if they have a moment, and only if they have time, feel free to take a look at my profile. That's my ask. Feel free to take a look at my profile, and if you see any dots to connect, send me your booking link and I'll schedule with you. So I try to put the ball back in their court. And that seems to be much more appropriate because they're thinking, well, he did send video and he's talking about me and he seems very interesting and he has these aspects that I may be interested in. Let me look at his profile. And what happens is if they don't reply, it's fine, but you're giving them the opportunity to see if there is something worth talking about. And they say, yeah, I think I like this guy enough to talk to him about A, B, and C. And that's when your profile needs to be set up properly and all your dominoes need to be set up properly, of course, on those things. But the ask in that case does not go any more than the current relationship. So I think it's okay to ask if he had time to look at the profile for example.
Yeah, that's an appropriate ask. Hey, can you repeat what you say? Because I think that would be valuable to other people. Your language in your videos to get people to take a look at your profile, I think is very solid.
Oh yeah, I would say if it was a welcome video with you, and I would be on Ed's profile, and I would have the scoop ready, and I would create the little button and to drop for my basic welcome video, and I would adjust it first, and then I would have a little bit of context and text first, and that's important. And I would look at his
Troy's
profile.
giving you time to get your notepad out and pen so that you can write down exactly what he says.
And I would say, hey Ed, thanks for connecting. I really do appreciate it. I see that you're an email expert. I said, well, I'm more of a LinkedIn expert, and it's great to get to know someone that runs. I wouldn't say parallel, but they run slightly different services that make a big difference. As I don't know if there's anything that I can do to help. However, I do have a very good network. Ed, if you have a moment, and only if you have time, take a look at my LinkedIn profile. And again, if you have time, if you see any dots to connect there, feel free to send me your booking link and I'll schedule on your link. I'm always open for a conversation. All right. So thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And hopefully we'll talk soon. And that's the whole video. That's it. So that was probably 40 seconds. And you can get in and out, and it's sincere. I'm not really asking for anything other than, if it makes sense for us to have a conversation. I didn't say, here's my booking link, and I think I was able to kind of just teeter-tot that in a way that feels comfortable.
You were.
Yeah.
It's really worth it if you don't have a message that doesn't rise to the level of feeling like a pitch, but
Yeah.
gets the person to do what you would like them to do. Take a look at your profile, look at you in a different way, understanding what you do. There's parallels between what you do and what I do. So there seems to be a benefit to me to have a conversation with you. And that's what I get out of the message. And if there's is there gonna be a recording of this?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So anybody who's interested, what I'll do is I'll break down what Troy had said, and I'll break it down in a formula. And if you're interested in the formula, just get back to me. You can put what Troy said in your own words. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Oh, thank you. Ed's doing a little extra work here.
Well, I'm doing it for myself, but I'm happy to share it with other people.
Well, I appreciate it. We got a suggestion. You're looking into this screen. Look into the camera and speak. Yeah, I'm actually looking at you, Ed, and not the camera. So it's kind of hard.
I'm probably not looking at the camera either. My camera's up here, and I'm looking at
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I'm gonna end up looking at you because it's just odd for me. They do have cameras that go in the middle of the screen, though. But that probably wouldn't work in this instance and stuff. But thank you for the suggestion. I do appreciate it. All right, so we have a couple other little things here, and I don't really want to spend too much time on it. So this is a little more about me and how I came up with some of the technical items. So I think I will play it. I think we have a little bit of time. Let me go grab that video real quick. I'm only Reshare More allows me to grab one video at a time, so I have to grab this video here, and I'll go ahead and cut us out and get started on the video. So this is a little bit about me, my technical background, why I came up with Scoop, and just a little sizzle reel. I'm the not so boring LinkedIn guy. I have an IT background. We actually do IT projects. I did stuff for Coca-Cola, Xbox Mobile, Harry Potter, and a bunch of cool projects. And the business was going really well until it wasn't. So I'm in Atlanta, and Atlanta is a place where they have big tax deductions for these companies.
Goodbye, Silicon Valley, and hello,
Instead
Atlanta.
of using the agencies, they brought the agencies in and cannibalized them. So I had to find work. And the first place I went to was LinkedIn. And I soon discovered that I was a terrible dater, like a dater in real life. And so I had to learn how to slow date. So I was really good with systems. If you need to seriously convert on LinkedIn, you might want to take a look at this. I developed a system to slow date with businesses on LinkedIn. So if your business is trying to grow on LinkedIn, or you're trying to grow your brand, feel free to reach out to me, because I'm the not so boring LinkedIn guy. Yeah, Sean did that. If anyone's interested in doing a sizzle reel, just type in Sean, and I'll hook you up with him. Great guy. He actually flew in and did that. So I think that gave it aspect a little more about me and my background. So I do have an IT background, and I love LinkedIn. I kind of combined the both to find that solution there. So I'm pretty proud of. I'm actually pretty proud of the Scoop application that we actually made it done. We developed it on time, and it works. So, we solved a lot of those problems. The one-click problem was a big one. The unlimited hosting was another. To create a streamlined flow of it was definitely another one as well. Let me just go through here. And so here's a couple of little items here. We have a couple of things comparison. So to compare it, and we had some questions on this before. Caroline asked what the code is. Lisa, can you pop it right back into it? I don't know which account she's calling from, but I think it's mine. So if you can put the code back into the code and the LinkedIn URL to purchase on there to Caroline, that'd be great. Thanks, Lisa. So candid videos simply get better replies. So these are 4 comparisons here. This is text This is image with text because they say a picture is 1,000 words. Personalized candid video, and then standard video. Now, let me explain the difference between candid video and standard video. A standard video is like one really nice production video that you create that's for everyone. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about personalized candid videos, and they tend to be anywhere between 20 seconds to 40 seconds long on average. And so you really want to personalize it for that individual, and it's one video for one person. So if it takes 30 seconds per person, and it takes about 30 seconds to write a little bit of text on there, it doesn't take very long. Ed, what's your experience with other video applications, good or bad, as well as the time it takes to do some of this work here?
Well, I use several different applications. It's weird. I'm going to have a talk with another one of the companies that do a video app. Will be presenting to their followers. So it must be Video App Week for me. But what I found was the reason why I like Scoop over pretty much all the other ones that I've used is it takes the same amount of time to create a personal video as it does another company called Be Human. They create videos along with AI. So they have you create the video, you have a variable at the beginning, and then it fills in that variable with it's usually the person's name for every video. So in theory, you're able to create videos at scale. The problem is it doesn't pronounce everybody's name properly. Like some people, if they have an odd spelling name, it's going to not pronounce their name properly. Every once in a while, the AI may sound a little bit different than the rest of the video. So you really have to watch every single video before you send it. So the amount of time it takes for me to watch every video and then maybe send it to them by hand versus using automation to send it all out, which is efficient but risky. Just do a personal video on Scoop and be done with it.
Yeah, that makes sense because if there are mistakes, you want them to be human mistakes. You don't want them to be robot mistakes.
No, you don't.
Because it's going to look really bad, and it looks like you don't care about that individual. That makes sense. Monique says she doesn't see where to add the code. Monique, you know what? Why don't you just schedule some time with me? Just schedule 20 minutes with me today, tomorrow, and I'll walk you through it, and we'll get you set up there.
You got to guarantee her a discount, right?
Well, I can give her another discount, her individually. But if you go to scoopapp.com and click on the button to get started, there's after you log in, before you purchase, there is a code section there. Just to clarify there. So the code section is usually added on the credit card. So we don't charge though. It just holds that card for 10 days. Yeah. So it's a button get started on there. You know what, Monique, that's a great idea. I'll go ahead and produce a video tutorial on that. The thing is that we just created that whole flow today. along with parts of this presentation and that video today. So we didn't have time to do it, but that's a great suggestion. Yeah, we'll do that today. But you should be able to go through that. Go ahead and log in there. And before you pay for it, there will be a code on it, and it'll be very, very evident, very, very clear on that stuff. So looking back at this right here, you can see how text, if we have a variable of 1 and text gets 1, personalized video gets up to 5. Oh, well, it only gets up to 10. So we kind of cut it in half. It's a little more unusual if it's 10 times the conversion, but we've seen 2 to 10 times. I did some personal tests, but I am not a good person to be judged by because I am a LinkedIn guy. So I'm super efficient and I have a large audience already. But what I did is I did a test for an hour and change on a Thursday, an hour change on a Friday. By Monday came around, I had 20 meetings. And on Monday, I did an hour and change, maybe an hour and a half that day. And then before the end of the week, I had a total of 30 meetings. But again, that's a little unusual. But it is about 3 to 4 times normal what I would do in that amount of time. So it does convert very well. But again, it's not all about volume. It's about what's your approach, what you're trying to say, who you're trying to talk about, and for what. And certain audiences are harder to convert relationship or build a relationship than others. And we'll skip to that, and we'll get back to this one. Here are 3 different methods. And again, if you want to copy the slides, you will, but I'll just start from method 3 first, because that's the one we talked about, right, Ed? So this says, thank you for connecting. And so I have a little smirk here, but I just say, boring, lazy people send text messages for a meeting instead of being personalized and thanking them face to face. Well, camera to face, video to face. So they can get to know you and like you faster. So here are some basic steps here. If you're looking to send welcome videos, I don't go to the messages. I go to my network, the network button, and to the connections. And the reason I do that is because you connect with someone, they may not send a message, or you may not send a message. So if no one sends a message, it doesn't end up in the messaging section. So you want to see who connected with you. And also you want to wait at least 2 days. And I think 2 days is a good time period, at least 1 day. But I like waiting 2 days when possible, because you connected with them, you give them a bit of a breather, and then you want to identify which ones you want to do a video. Now, if you have time, I mean, I get like 20, 30 connections a day. I don't have time to do videos for all of them, but I can tell by the picture, by the title, who I want to talk to or not. So, okay, I see this person. Okay, it's a professional picture. The title has something to do with whatever my ICP is. And then I want to keep the video around 45 seconds long. I want to address them by name. I want to thank them for connecting. And you want to be sincere about that, but you don't want to be over sincere. Some people are real emotional. I think that comes across wrong. I just say thank you for connecting. And so I thank them, and I mention what what they do briefly. I see you're doing A, B, and C, and then I may mention what one-liner about why. So it's more about them, and if you have to mention something about yourself, maybe it's one-liner that kind of connects that conversation, And I ask them again if they have a moment, and only if they have time, take a look at my profile, and I point up, because usually we point up is the name. And they click on the name and goes to the profile. That's why I do that. And if they would like to have a conversation, have them send their booking link to you, and then you'll book on their link. And then one additional message. Let's see, 2 to 5 days later. That's the follow up, and then move the conversation to a different channel. A different channel could be email, could be a conversation, could be phone, you name it. So that is the main method for converting almost immediately. Well, not almost, 2 days after connection. That's the easiest way to actually get a booking from a connection off a DM, if it's appropriate. Then you have methods 1 and 2. You can reply to a message on a Gmail, and it kind of walks you through on how to do that. And then it has a bullet point there, so it shows that you are not a bot. So people are afraid of bots and things that are not real, because the value of that lowers quite a bit. An event or something new to show, that's something that you could do. An event is a new job, a show like this, a new position, birthday, etc. And those are just three simple areas that will kind of make sense there. Let's see here. One other thing I wanted to show is, we talked a lot about features, right? And features are only as good as, what you use. And we had a lot of feedback for a lot of different features. We had someone say, you know what, you don't do green screens. And I'm like, what? Why would we do a green screen? I don't know. This is not Zoom. But sometimes people want the features that they want. But we added the features that most people would actually use. Another one that was actually a good suggestion is well, how about Microsoft 360? I was like, you know what? That does make sense. There are a lot of people that use Microsoft 360. Oh, you do. Ed uses it. Ed had his hand raised there. So how important is that to you, Ed?
Very important. Although I do have Google Workspace and Microsoft 365, it's an occupational hazard being an email guy, but it would be nice if it also connected to my Microsoft 365 account.
That feature will be coming up probably in 30 to 60 days.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah. So there was one person that came up to me, and they said that I can't figure out how to use this. But I also found out have you ever used Loom? I said, yeah, I can't figure that out either. So I figured they're the wrong person for this, because certain people can't figure anything out. I said, because it's not hard. And I have videos, I have actual, on the help section, there's a little help question mark. I have like 13 or 14 videos on how to do just about everything, except for what Monique asked. Monique asked for that one video, but I haven't had a chance to produce that one video. So a couple of these options here. So it's a LinkedIn first application. I don't think it's the only LinkedIn first application. So we built it with LinkedIn in mind first, because we wanted a good workflow, because there is a major how do you say this? A major issue, a major obstacle for people communicating on DMs. So we wanted to fix that first. The second thing was content. Content is huge. We wanted the ability to add comments on that, or at least create or download a video that you create to use it for content. So it has instant video customization. You're able to title the video. You're able to have a horizontal. Horizontal's this way, and then vertical video, and then square video. So you can change the format. If you have a bad hair day, you could have a voice memo, so in case you just don't want to be looking into camera. It has those built-in quick replies. So you have the ability to create your own replies. It has some built-in replies already, but that's a big time saver, because 90% of the time, they'll ask a question that you can kind of already answer. And it'd be great if you had a template and you just make minor changes to that. And these are about time saving and being efficient, and also balancing that off with being authentic. We have built-in ChatGPT. To be honest with you, Lisa, my assistant, knows how to use ChatGPT. I don't, but I can create a prompt now. And so they have some built-in prompts in there, and you can create your own prompts, and you can generate a message on the fly. It has a built-in calendar. That was another big thing. We wanted to make sure that there was a way to get in touch with us. And if they didn't, half the people I met on meetings don't even have a booking calendar. And I said, well, this one's free. So you can add your own calendar, or you can use the Scoops calendar. It'll tie in with your Microsoft calendar as well as your Gmail. It has animated GIFs. People forget about using animated GIFs. It adds a little flavor where not all the time a video is appropriate. Sometimes a GIF will sit just right, and it's built into the system. You just type a search in, it'll pull the GIF in there, and it'll have the reference for the GIF in there. And has unlimited video storage, so you can make as many videos as you want, and you can also upload your own stuff. And you can do a lot more. We can do other stuff that we probably don't have time for. But that pretty much kind of covers a lot of what we're talking about on Scoop. If anyone has any questions on this, definitely let me know. The price is $47. The coupon is $20 off. So again, ask for that. And it's $20 off for life. And one thing that I did not mention, because we're adding, we have affiliate system built in. And if you are a paid member, you can be an affiliate. What that means is that for every person that uses this, you get 40% of every dollar off of that. So it's pretty generous. If you have 3 or 4 people that want to use it, you not only make your money back on your payment, you also make a nice little penny. It gets paid out every month. And so that's one thing we want to incorporate to encourage people to use it, and also encourage people to say, hey, we need this other feature. Speaking of features, does anyone have any particular features they want? I know, Ed, you said Microsoft 360. 365. I say 360.
Yep.
365 for the days, 360 to turn around. I got that confused.
For the shorter years.
Yeah, one thing that we want to do is do full screen capture and have a more horizontal, a vertical kind of view on when you're doing your video. So we're going to do full screen captures with that, and 360s are the next set of features. And
365.
365. Don't use 360. A couple other things that I want to do, and we're going to see if we can do this, is that content is such a big thing. You can create a video, but it'd be nice to have a few filters, and it'd be nice to have the captions in that. So if we can do those two things, we can create candid videos for content too. So those are in the horizon. We got to see what's the technical limitations we'll have with the extension there. All right, let's look if we have any other questions here. I think we do not. So, Ed, do you have any last words of wisdom before we leave?
Oh, good stuff, man. If you guys aren't using video, you should be.
Yep. And I've seen a lot of conversions in a very positive manner. And I was surprised having people who've never received the videos. I've never seen this, and I need this. And I got a message on it. I said, yeah, I need this. I would like to do this for myself.
Yeah, there's so few people using it. It's amazing. Yeah. It's been around for quite a while, but yet there's very few people using video.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we'll go through the ask again. So if you're interested in Scoop, I think Lisa has brought the links a couple of times there, but feel free to ask again. The code is $20 off for life. If you want to meet with me just to have a meeting and have a conversation about LinkedIn or this, or be an affiliate, feel free. Just type in meet with Troy. If you want to meet with Ed on him creating that script for you, just type in meet with Ed, and then we'll give you his LinkedIn profile. You can connect with him, and he'll send that information to you. And also, he's great for any of the email issues. If you want a copy of the presentation, just type in presentation. And if you want a copy of our daily process guide, just type in guide, and then we'll come back to you and then give you a link for that, and hopefully provide some value to you. All right. So thank you very much, Ed. Thank you, everyone. I'll go ahead and drop off. I got another meeting to go to, but I think this has been kind of fun. Thanks.
Take care, guys.